You know what? One of the most contentious issues in the recent history of Karnataka has undoubtedly been the caste census, also known as the socio-economic and educational survey. The decade-old survey, which was first announced in 2014 during Chief Minister Siddaramaiah's first term and cost the exchequer 165 crores, went through several hurdles. There were selective leaks, loud protests from two of the most powerful communities that their numbers have really gone down, them being Vokkaligas and the Lingayats, protest also from Jains and Dalit Christians, and most importantly, it failed to get a stamp of approval from within the cabinet itself. As a result, after a high-level meeting convened by the Congress central leadership in Delhi, attended by Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar, AICC President Mallikarjun Kharge, Rahul Gandhi and several others, it has now been decided that the state government will re-enumerate caste data. One of the main reasons given for a fresh census is the time lag of a decade, of the long hiatus from the time the survey was carried out to now, when caste demographics have certainly changed. K.C. Venugopal also acknowledged that the original caste census was a little bit too old. Listen in.
There are some apprehension from some section of the communities and people about the counting of the caste census. Since the caste census was done by the Karnataka government 10 years before, the data has been little bit old. Therefore, we are suggested to the Chief Minister, Congress party suggested to the Chief Minister, do a re-enumeration process within stipulated time, like 60 days, 70 days, 80 days, whatever Chief Minister and government is thinking.
According to DK Shivakumar, who also made the announcement, the fresh survey is primarily to address concerns about discrepancies raised by several communities in the previous census. Shivakumar added that the new caste census is aimed to ensure fairness and inclusivity. He further said that the party high command has directed us to give an opportunity to every section of the society.
We have collected information from various sections of the society. Some of them, they feel that it is a 10-year-old survey which has been done. Though we have spent a lot of money on that, but basically we agree the report, whatever the report is there. But we are only worried about the numbers. That is why even on the scheduled caste internal reservation, a survey is being, resurvey is being conducted on their own right and left issue. Now government, my party discussed with all of them. 22nd we were supposed to take a final call on that. Before that my party high command has summoned. They have asked us the detail. They have consulted with various leaders and they directed us. Yes, you go by your policy of whatever the backward class commission is there, but give an opportunity, but what has been done. So let every section, let no one should be annoyed.
Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, after emerging from the high-level meeting, said some complaints have been received regarding the caste census. It has been 10 years since the survey was conducted, and he also acknowledged that it was dated.
2 ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಎತ್ತನೋಡೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈ ಭಾಗದ ಚಿಕ್ಕಬಳ್ಳಾಪುರ ಕೋಲಾರ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳು MLAಗಳು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇದು ಎಂತದು ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನವರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ನಿನಗೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಒಂದು ಉದಾಹರಣೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಹೋದ ವರ್ಷ 52,000 ಕೋಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಚರ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಈ ವರ್ಷ 83,000 ಕೋಟಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ನಿಂಗೇನು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ? ದಿವಾಳಿ ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ? 31,000 ಕೋಟಿ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಚರ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿದೆ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ.
Like I said earlier at the beginning of this conversation with all of you, the caste census proved to be an albatross around Siddaramaiah's neck. And by redoing it, not only has he been proven wrong about the accuracy and authenticity of the survey, which he has continuously defended vociferously, But will this also create other headaches for the Chief Minister? Let's debate. Ashok KM Gowda, who's spokesperson for the BJP, is joining us on the broadcast. Nizam Faujdar, General Secretary and spokesperson for the KPCC, and also joining us is B.S. Arun, senior journalist. Let me first welcome all of you. Thank you so much for making the time. And let me first go to B.S. Arun. Arun, look at the twists and turns, and now to be rescheduled after the High Command has said very purposefully, do it yet again. Arun, we know the kind of headaches it has created not only for Siddaramaiah but for the people of Karnataka as a whole. Do you think redoing it will solve any kind of, will it solve the problem? It's 60 to 80 days they are supposed to conduct this survey. Simultaneously, the other survey for backwards, the scheduled caste, is also being conducted. B.S. Arun, I doubt whether this is going to solve it. I think this will open a Pandora's box for Siddaramaiah.
Quite possibly, because there are many issues. This has has raised many questions also. Number one, the backward classes, the weaker sections had unanimously and wholeheartedly, agreed to this caste census done last time. But now what they will say, they may be followers, very close followers of Siddaramaiah, but then they feel sort of short-changed because of this. Now, it also proves a couple of things. Number one, the Congress party has sort of, bowed to the demand, the pressure exerted by the forward communities of Karnataka, mainly the Lingayats and the Vokkaligas. And the government will have to answer that. Number two, why the Congress government is doing it now? They could have done it 2 years ago. For the last 5-6 years, we know the opposition to this caste census. I have a different stand, but that's different. But then, if that is so, if they have decided to go by the some of the voices raised by these communities, they could have done it quite earlier and then ordered a fresh survey, and the result would have come by now and would have been implemented also. But the state government, all through dilly-dallied, on its stand, never took a decision, even to accept the report, the last report. It took so much of time in the second dispensation. Just about last month, they agreed to receive the report and later accepting it. Even to accept it, they have not said it clearly. Only today, Siddaramaiah has said they had accepted the report. So there are so many contradictions like this. And one more thing, why? See, the opposition was there in Karnataka, or the support was there in Karnataka. You take a decision there only because people in Delhi say. Then you take a call on that. I mean, this is this is a tragedy of Karnataka for both the parties, for BJP as well as Congress. Major decisions will have to be approved by Delhi.
And also, Arun, I think the pressure of Telangana, the ghost of Telangana, the shadow
Absolutely.
of Telangana.
That's one more point.
Was very, yeah. Go on, Arun.
Yes, you raised a pertinent point. See, here there is one more thing behind the scene, is that in Telangana, they have approved and appreciated the Telangana stand, what the Telangana government did. But in Karnataka, they have sort of rejected the previous report and told them, you go back, conduct the fresh survey, and come out with a new survey and then implement it. Number two, I just want to add one more thing, is that the central government has announced the general census, in which the caste census also will be included. So now, if central government is going to do it, which is the proper survey, proper census, why the state government has to do it? The state government survey census is only a survey, it's not a census. Census can be done only by the union government.
Which also was welcomed by Siddaramaiah to say caste and this thing is...
200, 300 crores
all right,
this
yeah,
now.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of money. Nizam Faujdar, look at it. I mean, delayed by a decade, leaked to communities up in arms saying we are 19 and 16% or whatever their percentage is, that our percentages has been shown as less. The Jains up in arms, the Dalit Christians up in arms. Of course, the scheduled caste and the backwards, I mean, there is a separate survey going on. Siddaramaiah standing by saying, no, I mean, I wonder if we have those quotes. Morning I was reading at least 5 quotes I found, if we can even play 2. you know, he kept saying, no, this is very, it's authenticated, no doubt about it. We are all aligned towards it. And then he said, what is this? When everyone else does caste census, you don't ask them, you're only asking. I guess that DKS was the only man, because considering he's a Vokkaliga who had a big problem about it, there was a wedge which was there within the cabinet itself, and hence to be redone. Nizam Fauzdar, what a wastage of taxpayers' money, I say. 165 crores don't grow on trees, for God's sake.
So the basic question is wrong. It's a waste of money. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of efforts. I don't think so. These questions really matter. The question is whether we are giving enough social justice to the people across the board. The BJP, when we said we want to do the caste survey, the BJP kept on saying that we are trying to divide the community. The moment Mr. Modi announces that we will do a caste survey, then they said it's a master stroke. That's a shameful attitude of the BJP. We're asking that we are spending a lot of money in terms of wasting money, in terms of the budgetary allocations and expenditure towards this cause of social justice. I think, yes, it's a 10-year-old survey. The numbers could have changed here and there. We will do it again. What's wrong in it? The question is, can we give enough
Nizam, wait a
justice
minute.
to the
So will you
people?
concede that the first time that the caste survey was done a decade ago was all wrong, that it was not
No,
scientific? Will you say it, accept it?
If you think conceding that yes, it was a wrong methodology, and if you feel happy, then it is no.
It's not for
If you
me. I
think
don't live there. You owe it to
No,
the
I
people,
don't mean.
Nizam.
I
No,
don't mean
who do you mean you?
don't
mean,
mean you.
you were going blue
mean-
in the face saying it's very scientific. Everyone was up in arms.
Lata,
I have read people's reports saying they didn't
Sudha.
even come to our house. Please concede.
No,
Then
Sudha,
you
this
then
is-
you are
this is
going
wrong.
against
No,
Rahul
no,
Gandhi.
no, no,
Then
I
you are
will-
going
I will
against
not agree.
Mallikarjun Kharge.
I
Then you are
will
going
not- I
against
will not agree.
Venugopal ji. You have to
I
say
will not
it's all
agree.
wrong.
I'm
It's
only
dated,
saying-
it's
I'm
old,
only saying-
and money was wasted.
No,
Concede,
Sudha,
move on.
Sudha,
It's all
Sudha,
right.
No, why should we concede? No,
Arey,
should
then
we
why are you
concede?
redoing
The
it again?
simple
It's a
answer-
hobby or what?
Why?
100 crores
It's
you're
not a
already
hobby.
spending on the scheduled caste survey. You're again going to spend more. What is? It's not a joke. Your government
Can
is
you,
already.
Can you allow me to speak?
No, but
Would
but
you allow me to speak?
No,
Would
but
you allow me
don't
to
blame the
speak?
BJP.
Would you allow
You
me to
just
speak?
agree. You just say
Why
what
should
you
I
have to.
not blame
Why
BJP?
should you? It
BJP
is your
is the
government.
central cause.
Why should you? Not at
I
all.
will tell you.
Did
the
Mr.
BJP
Modi call Siddaramaiah
I
and
don't
DKS?
consider I don't consider BJP as an intellectual capital of this country.
Oh my
So I'm
God.
not going to use BJP as an alibi to
This
doing
is
or not
irrelevant.
doing this survey.
Irrelevant.
I am only saying,
Irrelevant.
I am only saying that the caste survey will be done. Refined numbers will come in. There may be a few parameters here and there that could have been added or will be added, and with those parameters, the caste survey will be done. When
It's you owe it to the people. You're not doing your people any favor. Ashok Gowda,
Why not
please.
we are doing this?
Ashok, you're not doing it's a
Absolutely.
duty. Ashok Gowda, please come in here. Ashok Gowda, look at this. You know, it was all done unscientifically. It was leaked. I mean, 165 crores was spent. We all know about Mr. Hegde. We know about Kantaraj. We know about. It did not even have signatures, for God's sake, as validation. Worst is that. Today, the Congress High Command says, go back and do it again. Do you think there is pressure from the Vokkaligas and the Lingayats to such an extent that it has to be redone?
First thing is, I coming from a Vokkaliga community,
All
and
right.
I will tell you, it was not just a blunder which was done to Vokkaligas and Lingayats. It was also a blunder done for the Savita Samaja, Madiwala Samaja, and Golla Samaja, and so many other subcastes and subgroups of category 1, category 2A, and other communities also. Let me explain it to you. I'll just take less than a minute. See how unscientific it was. First thing is, it was 10 years old. Second thing is, they had never visited any houses. Part 2. Part 3 is, let me just explain it to you in terms of the Muslims, Christians, Jains, and Buddhists, and SC and ST. The numbers which were given in 2011 census, very clear, which was done was a census, every houses were visited. Whereas in the Kantaraj committee report, just 4 years after that, the numbers variation was too much, especially in terms of the Christians, 2 lakh variations. 11 lakh, instead of 11 lakh 50,000, they had shown 9 lakh 50,000. Just an example. Muslims, 1 lakh reduction. Christians, Buddhists, 2 lakh, Buddhists, 80,000 reduction. Jains, they had shown it as six castes, whereas Jains caste, Buddhists, there is a 2 caste in Buddhists. There is no caste system in Buddhists or Jains. And apart from this, let me explain it to you. Even scheduled caste communities, now they are doing the caste survey. Scheduled caste, for example, scheduled caste, I don't want to name the caste of the scheduled caste. Scheduled caste A, scheduled caste B. There was a 2011 census. We have taken it from RTI. And the scheduled caste A says that there is 3,663 according to 2011 census. The same thing, number is 6,500 according to 2015 Kantaraj Commission survey. Meaning to say completely fake, manipulated data, and they do not have any kind of an authentication. As you said, signatures is missing and so many other
Ashok,
things.
but why was it
now,
fake?
In spite of all
Ashok,
these things,
Ashok, wait, Ashok.
No,
why was it fake, Ashok? Whom was it favoring? That is the question. Because in that the Kurubas, the Kurubas number, look, I don't want to, like you, I don't want to take the names of castes. But then our chief minister is a Kuruba. Am I right? There was also a reference to the Kurubas. There was a reference to Vokkaligas. There is a reference to scheduled caste, Dalit Christians as well. Whether Christians should be considered as Dalits itself. I want to ask you, Ashok Gowda, you are making so many allegations and points. Whom was it favoring, Ashok?
See, I'll tell you, see, one thing I do not want to say that one particular caste, but category 1B, introduction of the category 1B itself was not in a right census because category 1 did not have any kind of a creamy layer. Introducing creamy layer and targeting the other communities, and whereas one particular community where CM belongs to was given an 103% reservation in terms of the real reservation. In terms of the overall reservation, wherein the creamy layer comes in, the reservation went up to 125% to 135%. This I do not want to say that the Siddaramaiah's mindset itself is corrupted, and that is what we all assume. I do not want to make as a statement.
Also,
but
not
I
forget,
want to
Ashok, that he is the leader of the Ahindas. There is no other big leader of the Ahindas than Siddaramaiah. Let's give the man the brownie points where he deserves. Ahindas are...
I have another 2 points to make.
Quickly, I have to go to Arun then.
See, this survey... No, I'll just make 2 points. See, let Arunji also answer this, and you can also answer this, and let our Congress spokesperson also answer. The main thing is, why did KC Venugopal announce? Who is KC Venugopal? KC Venugopal is General Secretary of Congress Party, not part of the government of Karnataka here. So the point is very simple. The announcement should have come from the cabinet minister spokesperson, or Deputy CM, or any other minister. Who is KC Venugopal for Karnataka? Karnataka do not have any link with KC Venugopal. KC Gopal is a General Secretary of Congress Party.
Point made. Arun, point made. Ashok. Okay, Ashok.
My point.
Arun, I want to come to you. Now, you see, there is a cap on reservation also, 50%. We know what the Supreme Court has said. Of course, Siddaramaiah has been fighting and said, look at Tamil Nadu, that has 69%, etc., etc. We will go to the court, etc. Tell me, Arun, if this turns everything topsy-turvy, even the Vokkaligas and the Lingayats number, what if it is X now and it comes down and that goes a little bit up, and the other numbers also, we know that the backwards maybe form the largest community group. But what happens to the promises of reservation, Arun? They have gone around and spoken about it in rally after rally, Arun. Don't you think that will really boomerang on them?
Yes, it might. Now, this government may be trapped also because we don't know what kind of the recommendations would be made by number one, the commission that is going to start its survey, and number two, by the central census. Now, if there are differences, number one, between the figures and the recommendations of this forthcoming commission, backward classes commission, to that of the previous commission of Kantaraju and Hegde, then what happens? Then again, if there are differences between this forthcoming commission and the next census, then what happens? So all these are, questions which need to be answered at a later point of time. But there will be, certainly squirming or churning within many communities in Karnataka, and nobody will be left happy. The Lingayats and Vokkaligas had earlier said that if there is a survey based on a scientific, if there is a survey on scientific basis, they will agree to it. And they're certainly not happy because the last survey was not conducted on a scientific basis. But then there are many questions that the next survey and the next census might raise, and it will land the state government in a tricky position. Siddaramaiah will have to defend, his next survey, and we don't know because how committed he will be for this, because the Congress government had dilly-dallied all through. I'm a supporter of caste census, but then even to accept that the state government dilly-dallied, it didn't want to hurt the sentiments of the forward communities, nor did it want to hurt the sentiments of the weaker sections. So it was caught sort of in a trap, and it didn't want to come out of that.
Okay.
That's why it continued, postponing its decision.
Nizam,
now
yeah.
there will be one more survey, and what will happen to that?
Right, that's
these
what.
are all some interesting
Yeah, one
things
more
that,
survey.
we need.
Anyway, 10 years is, the time when a survey should be done. Nizam Faujdar, last time survey 398 caste said that we were not enumerated. You know why? They said first, no one came to our homes. Number two, they said we will not speak about our caste. The point of the matter is that what are you going to achieve in 60 to 80 days which you failed to achieve in 10 years, Nizam? Question one. Question two, what about reservation? You know the 50% gap, you know the kind of promises. There are promises made to Vokkaligas and Lingayats. Now there is talk that will the Karnataka government give 73% reservation overall? Don't you think you've tied yourself in several knots, Nizam Faujdar?
Sudha, the survey was done on an extensive level of door-to-door exercises from 11th April to 30th May 2015. Approximately 94 to 95% of the households were covered. Karnataka's projected, population was about 63.5 million against the 2011 61.09 million people. A survey was done across about 13.5 million households, and at the same time represented about 59.8 million people. Now the question is, there were about 1,351 caste and subcaste, and the data was collected by the officials, and about 1.3 lakh teachers were used by the various district level deputy commissioners. The question is what we are trying to achieve. Let me give you an example, understanding. The caste and community identity is important. The population trends, the educational levels, the traditional occupations, and the land ownership, living conditions, political representation, access to welfare schemes. This was stored by the BEL, that is Bharat Electronics Limited, at the same time validated by Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, for the accuracy and completion of the entire survey. At the same time, it was used by the survey authority under the section of 9 under the bracket of 1 of the Commissions Act. Now the question is whether you want to agree what we have done is a great intention or
then why
no.
is it being redone?
If you want to simply oppose,
no, Nizam, just tell me, why is it being redone then? If it was so brilliant, why? Why has Rahul Gandhi and Kharge ji asked you to redo it? Why?
Very simple. Let's revalidate the data which is 10 years old.
Oh my God. You take 10 years, you spend 165 crores, you create confusion. Don't bring BJP. I'm not. You talk to me. No,
listen.
Don't bring. No,
BJP
unfair.
Has 15 years they have not done a survey.
No. Are you the BJP? Are you joining the BJP?
Sleeping.
Then that's breaking news. Let's put it. Nizam Faujdar joining the BJP. You're not. No. Then don't talk about the Congress party. Congress. Talk about the Congress party. If your survey was so, if I gave my exam so well and got 100%, why am I sitting for a retest? That's the same. That's the same metaphor that I'm going to use. Let me come to Ashok. No, Nizam, you can go around the mulberry bush, but you cannot confuse me. Ashok Gowda, I want Ashok Gowda. I want Ashok. No, that's all right. No, Ashok Gowda.
Ashok, 1 crore 35 lakhs households, they say that they visited. Now let me come to, I also have a lot of relatives across the Karnataka state in almost all the Vokkaliga belt, from Chikmagalur to Anekal and as well as Chikballapura to Chamarajanagar. None of my relatives' houses were visited. Forget it. My entire village has 150 houses, which is just 22 kilometers from Bangalore city.
Why
Not even
should I
one
listen
house
to
was
your
visited.
validation?
We have Nizamji, I did not even utter a word.
Why should I listen to
Please.
your validations?
No,
Your
please,
validation is
Nizamji. Please,
absolutely
let us respect each
undermined.
other.
And
Let
don't
us respect
undermine the
each other
information of the
as a good
government.
debaters. No, let's not No, this is not the way to do the debate. No, see, the one thing is, any village across my own home constituency called Anekal, not even one single village was visited. Not even one single village. We have all castes, all creeds, everything. See, this is the point number one we have been raising. Now forget it. And now, whatever the redoing they are doing, already central government has said we are going to do the caste census. What has to be added is the socio-economic aspect should be added. That is a request which has to be done to the central government by all parties. So if you make that parties, there is no wastage of money. 166 crores is already waned out. Do you want to wane out more money? Forget it. And now Nizam was saying that though this parameter was followed, that parameter was. Sir, please understand, Ujjwala scheme, Janadan scheme, all these schemes have bought a lot of people outside the parameters what was there, 54 parameters, completely out of the context, Can you
All
say
right,
that
okay.
SSLC is a grader now? Can you say that MA is equivalent to MD or MD in medicine? So these are the mistakes which are done in the parameters. All those things we have explained
I
it
think,
in
you know,
terms of like I
Ashok,
myself have done the
Ashok,
study.
what
And
I
my
was asking
one
right in
second.
the
Let
beginning,
me.
Siddaramaiah has tied himself into several knots. Maybe he doesn't deserve it, but this is going to be proved. You know, I may be proven wrong and I'll be very happy, but this is a very tricky situation. I've always seen, even when I got my exam sheets reevaluated, I always got less marks than what I already got. So I'm very, very nervous about this. Ashok, quickly,
No,
then I have to go to
only
Arun.
one point to make.
Quickly,
One
sir.
point to make. Only one
Sure,
point.
quickly,
No,
sir.
I'll make only one point.
Okay.
See, yeah, quickly. Now, Congress says OBC champion. What happened to the Kaka Kelkar committee? What happened to BP Mandal committee? Why was it 10 years BP Mandal committee kept in abyss? And who voted against the BP Mandal committee? It was the same Rajiv Gandhi and the MPs of Congress party. So please don't try to be the champions of OBC. BJP is the only party which has done for OBC as well as SC/STs. You shamed Dr. Baba Sahab. Baba Sahab was shamed by you. Baba Sahab has written books. You don't have any right to speak
That
about
is
SCs and
irrelevant to
OBCs.
the, that
Please
is
understand.
irrelevant,
Please
that is
understand.
irrelevant, Ashok.
Yes.
Let's not bring that. Arun, I want to ask you about the scheduled caste, you know, the exercise. They say that the purpose of this exercise is to provide empirical data of 101 caste in the scheduled caste list. This entire, you know, the commission which is sitting on it, the Nagamohan Das commission. Now, I'm asking you something. This happens. Now, you know and I know that there are several castes under this. You know, let's not name them. I don't want to name them. There is also one, whatever, Andhra, there is whatever, Dravida, etc., etc. I want to ask you, then this is done. Then after that, another, the caste, you know, census will be done as announced by the central government. Don't you think this is all a counterproductive exercise just to show that the government of Karnataka has done due diligence? What about reservation? Ultimately, you have to do what is called reservation and give them the rightful place under the Indian Constitution, B.S. Arun.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the justice has to be done, you know, for these deprived classes. There is no doubt about that. But then I just want to point out one more thing which is relevant, is that when this caste survey is going to be done in Karnataka, see, the Siddaramaiah has said it will be over in 90 days, but then right now we have monsoon. So obviously no sane government will undertake a survey of for the entire state during the monsoon months. So that means we have to wait till the end of September. So then, you know, we have October and November, where I think the state is going to see some sort of political activity. There is a demand for change of chief minister, and Siddaramaiah's 2.5 years will end by then. So there is a lot of political sort of mudslinging, and as it is, we have been seeing you know, a lot of dissident activity in Karnataka. So I think that is going to escalate further during those months, and that's why I'm saying it's going to be months of interest in the near future for Karnataka, and what shape the caste census itself will take, that remains to be seen.
Nizam, tell me something. Even during the last census, when it was done, Professor Chambi Puranik was on the show. He said, Sudha, it's not so simple. Even amongst Lingayats, there are subgroups and subcastes, pretty much like other castes in this country. 10 years it took your government. I mean, of course, Siddaramaiah ji was the chief minister even during when it was first initiated, and later, of course, there are other governments also. But Siddaramaiah can be seen as the fountainhead of the socio-economic caste survey. I want to ask you, what will be the method to the madness to see that every little subgroup is also included in this entire new, rescheduled, redone caste survey, Nizam Faustar?
I think the simple intention of this entire survey is to give justice to the last man standing in the queue. We are interested in upbringing, we are interested in empowering every possible person who comes under the gambit. Now, the BJP's problem is that they don't want this social justice to be uniform across the state. The problem with BJP today is that, and I'm saying the simple reason is, the ones who kept on abusing Congress to say that we are dividing the community, we are dividing the social structure of the state just by doing a caste survey, and the same party comes out and says we will do nationally. And now they say it's interesting to take the social justice to the next level. We have been vociferously advocating. We have been pushing the agenda forward for the last many years and decades to say that every person who comes under the gambit of the Constitution of India to get the benefit, to get the empowerment, to get the education,
yeah,
to get
so
the
if you have such noble
capability.
intentions,
So we want to do that, yes.
Yes, that's very noble indeed, Mr. Nizam Faustar. But do you see that this second time around, will you do due diligence and keep the promise?
We will take utmost care. We will deep dive into the issues. We will find out the root cause and take the analysis to the next level and implement every possible minute detail into the caste survey. And I'm sure that we will come out with the best of best numbers, which will make everybody happy. I'm sure that Congress party and the Karnataka government under the leadership of Siddaramaiah, who is the fountainhead of the social justice, will definitely bring the best of the report. And I'm sure this will be the what do you call a measure to the excellence even for the national service.
All right, I'm going to Ashok Gowda. I'm completely running out of time. Quickly, Ashok Gowda, do you think 60, much like what Arun said it very scientifically, there are monsoons and then of course, September, October comes. October, there is also Dasara, September this time, end of September. Do you think that this is even going to be possible? Why do I feel, Ashok Gowda, that they will ask for an extension of time?
I'll tell you, this is just a eyewash statement made by the Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar as of now. We all know that, as Arunji said, there will be change of guard in the month of November or December when the Siddaramaiah breaks the record of Devaraj Rasu. They are going to go for a guard change. Now, leave that apart. What we are worried is this monsoon and other things will definitely disturb the whole process. And when central government is doing, why state government should take into this? And why unnecessarily spend money? When central government is already doing it, you have to request and make sure that all the parameter and the data points are covered, whatever is required for the state government. So that is what should be the agenda of the state government. Instead of saying that, we will do that, we will do this. See, parameters, first and foremost, parameters should be checked properly, and parameters which are real to the ground should be the ones which have to be, the questions should be asked in that way. And that is the only request what I'm asking. But at the same time, when central government is doing it, why waste money?
All right, yeah, waste money. Arun, tell me something quickly. Do you think it is advantage DKS? Finally.
Well, it remains to be seen. See, now that the forward castes have sort of won, well, yes, I think DK has to be, it has to be said that he is the winner. But then, the outcome depends not on things, not what happened just now, but then later. The crucial months for both DK as well as Siddaramaiah in October, November. So what happens then, I think we need to wait and see.